Hi friends, I've been using Windows 11 on my work laptop for 6 months now, and during this time I tested it for performance and saw how reliable and stable it is. Are there any problems with the update and so on? In this video I will share my experience with you and try to answer the question, is it worth to migrate from Windows 10 to 11? We will take a look at 6 moments of Windows 11 operating system, and I will say about each plus or minus compared to Windows 10. As a result, you will be able to understand for yourself what pros and cons are significant for you and make your own decision, which I hope to see in the comments. Remember that your activity in the comments as well as likes helps in promoting this video on YouTube. First one, design. This is definitely a plus for me. I don't know about you, but I like the new design. The icons, the rounded corners of the windows, even the start in the middle, I find nice and convenient. Maybe the first week or two was unusual and then you don't even pay attention to it. Of course, this is very subjective, maybe someone likes it better when the start is in the corner in the old-fashioned way or the old icons. By the way, this can be changed and customized with special programs. The second, performance. This is already a more difficult point to determine whether it is Windows 11 system plus or minus. Why? Because its performance in games and programs is the same as in Windows 10. We already learned this from the tests that were carried out as soon as the new version appeared a year ago. To date, nothing has changed for better or for worse. So, if you migrate from Windows 10 to Windows 11, you will not lose anything in games and programs. There is only one point, the consumption of RAM. Microsoft has already abandoned the goal of saving on memory and compressing it as much as possible. Because RAM is now not at all expensive in stores, you rarely see less than 8 GB in new PC, and many people can either add RAM to their computer or immediately buy it with the required amount. So, unlike Windows 10, Windows 11 immediately takes about 4 GB out of 16 available. If you only have 4 available, it certainly will not take everything, but it will definitely take 2.5 and also use this web file. Hence the conclusion, if you have a more or less fresh computer, do not worry about performance at all. You will not feel the difference compared to Windows 10. But if you have an old PC with a small amount of RAM, for more comfortable work it is better to put a Home 10 on it, or even better an 8.1. There are other lighter editions of Windows, we have a separate video about comparing them and determining the fastest Windows for a weak computer with a number of experiments and useful conclusions. Links to all useful videos in the tips and in the description. There you will also find a link to our website, where you can read text versions of our videos and more useful articles. Visit it. So, in performance, Windows 11 is generally more plus than minus, but for old PCs it's more of minus. Let's just leave it like that and move on. Third, hardware support. As you know, Windows 11 has minimum CPU and motherboard requirements. When installed, it checks that the processor is up to date. For Intel, this is not older than 8 generations. Also, the computer must have a secure BIOS and a TPM 2.0 module. You also probably know that you can bypass this check and install Windows 11 on older hardware. But this will not guarantee that some of your devices will not work because their drivers are not compatible with Windows 11. This will happen if the device is several years old and its manufacturer stopped updating drivers for it. An audio card, Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, network card, camera can stop working. Also, there may be problems with connection external peripheral devices, printers, scanners, etc. And often there is no way to fix it. Therefore, for supporting devices, Windows 11 gets a minus. The fourth, convenience of setting. Perhaps Windows 11 will get better with future updates, but so far some of settings are so confusing that you can't find them without instructions. Some have already been made convenient and affordable, such as removing unnecessary programs. On the other hand, Windows 10 with its latest updates is no better. It still contains the old control panel from the 7 and new parameters or settings that have not been perfect. So if we compare the convenience of setting with the 7, then the 11th version would have received a minus. But when compared with 10, it's still a plus. The settings are not perfect, but they are more convenient than in Windows 10. Probably not in all, but in most. If you do not agree, give examples in the comments. What exactly is not convenient for you in Windows 11? The fifth, safety. I have nothing bad to say here. Even the minimum system requirements are based on the fact that the computer has a secure modern BIOS. Microsoft's built-in antivirus is also very good and keeps up with the best commercial programs, so it's alright here. It cannot be said that Windows 10 is less secure, probably it's the same. They have the same antivirus. But there is nothing to put a minus on this point. The sixth, stability. How do programs work in Windows 11? Are there any failures? And how updates handled? Do you have to reinstall Windows after updates? There will be a minus. Indeed, there are still flaws, and if you use a computer for entertainment, you are unlikely to notice them. If it's professional, it can be stressful. For example, my Movavi editing program crashed several times. It just closed, but maybe this is a glitch of the program itself. Autosave helps, run it and continue from the same stage. But it seems there were other programs that periodically simply closed due to some kind of malfunction with the system. This didn't happen with 10. I had no problems with updates, everything installed great, by my permission, and besides there is a function to uninstall the latest update if it is buggy. In general, this minus with program support is now very insignificant, and for sure everything will be decided and finalized soon. But for the most progressive operating system at the moment, this is a minus. So friends, we have reviewed the main points related to Windows 11. Of 6 points we got 3 pluses and 3 minuses. I have about the same attitude towards Windows 11, 50-50. I won't say that everyone must migrate to Windows 11. There are moments that can stop you from this step, for example hardware or design, but I can't criticize much either, because this is a normal system and for now I will continue to use it. What do you think of Windows 11? I look forward to seeing all your observations in the comments. Remember, in the description there are also links to other cool videos that we made about Windows 11. If you haven't watched yet, it will be useful to see not just a subjective story, but specific experiments and instructions. Subscribe to pcnp and see you on there!